my cozy life sim friends. My name is Vina, aka VinaLaMoca, and I'm a little sick, so my voice is off, and to preserve it, there will be little to no voice acting going on in today's video. I don't want to damage my vocal cords, and I'm trying to keep a good routine going. Still, welcome in, whether you're new or a returning viewer, you are very much appreciated here. Today we're going to be talking about two things: The Sims Drama Llama that never stops, and VinaLand. Last week we got a Sims 4 update. Yay! But not really. Many Simmers got a pulsating shopping cart from hell. EA advertises The Sims like they're drowning and need help now, but no, Grim will not extend his bony little hand. Owning all the packs isn't necessary. I own all the packs. Mine is the Crystal Creations one because I used to stream this game religiously on Twitch. Most Simmers know what they want in their gameplay, and we don't need to be constantly marketed to. As of right now, The Sims is the only life sim game on the market, and we get ads when we open up the EA app and also when we are on the main menu. Besides the shopping cart from hell, Crystal's Creations has been buggy and not the normal quirky bugs we're used to. Scratch that. Bugs have been getting worse. With high school years, we got an incest bug. My wedding stories, weddings were unplayable, and when I streamed this game, my Sims got married, but when they got back to the home lot, the game did not recognize them as a married couple. Weird, right? And with growing together, we got that tooth glitch. And also, like, for rent, also not like working right. Like, come on, you can't get paid. There's been 3 main bugs I've been noticing on Twitter, and if I don't get them all, I do apologize because I've been sick. But the 3 I've noticed are the social pie not working on PC and consoles, moodless poofing, which Sacrificial Mods was the first to bring it to our attentions, and handmade jewelry messing with teen Sims appearances. As I'm making this video, the Sims 4 socials have been radio silent on the jewelry gone wrong. Like this game is supposed to be for many, many more years to come, and I just don't see it happening, to be honest. I love The Sims. I've been playing it since the first game. I've played the spin-offs, so this brings me no joy. Saying The Sims is in shambles, EA needs to get together, because if they continue down this path, their fans will find other life Sims to play, because others are coming out. The Sims is not going to be the only one anymore, babes. And some of them will just, go find other life Sims to play and never pick this one up again. And I can't blame them if that's what happens. Because the Sims fans are loyal, but they kind of want games to work correctly. Editing, Vina here. The Sims Direct came out with a statement about the bugs that were being reported, which awesome, better late than never, of this mess. It makes you wonder how many testers do they have testing the packs. So we'll just go through this real quick. It's like Sul, we appreciate your patience. They're investigating the report. E-patch soon for the Crystal's Creations. In the details, this is where I'm not feeling the good vibes at all, because the gradual distortion occurs each time a Sim puts on or takes off a piece of crafted jewelry. Sims will not choose to wear crafted jewelry on their own. To prevent further changes, avoid putting on or taking off crafted jewelry until the E-patch, where more info will be shared. Okay, that is a core aspect of the pack. Crystal's Creations, more crystals, you get to make jewelry, you get to wear jewelry. But apparently we can't wear the jewelry because of this, and I don't know, that's just very odd for me, because that was a major selling point of the jewelry, because jewelry making is a nice real-life hobby into the game. It's an expensive real-life hobby, but it's just so weird that right now they're like, it's like, did no one check beforehand? Like the moodlets appearing, disappearing. That's just wild to me. Just, I love The Sims. I love simulation games. But I need a break from The Sims, and I cannot wait until other life sims come out, because I like being able to control virtual people. I like coming up with stories. Just, I don't know, they need to do better. EA is like, EA has to be like $1 billion company. I know like tech is having layoffs and whatnot, but manage your expectations. I don't know if it's their shareholders or whoever is pushing for packs and content to be constantly out with like no regards to quality, how it works with other packs, but they need to manage their expectations. And I would just love it if we went to like 2 DLCs a year, 2 huge ones a year, and they just like, made sure the game ran properly, like 2, maybe 3 at most, 4. But we have so much, and it feels like it's just more is getting pushed out all the time. And how much longer can this game go? It's on an old engine. That's just my thoughts, though. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of why we are here today. VinaLaMoca Dream House made me get off my sick booty. On March 1st, 2024, their demo dropped on Steam. It is a new life simulator that is in really early access. As of right now, it is free. I don't know if it's going to change or not. I remember hearing about VinaLaMoca like 5 months back, and then Life by You being pushed back, and Paralyzed, and Inzoi getting hype. I sadly forgot about this game. And the gaming world, especially in the cozy circles, a lot has been going on. VinaLaMoca Dream House looks interesting to me, but what caught my attention was in the FAQ section of the website. The devs have stated that the development stage began in January of 2022. The development team consists of 14 people who have worked in the game industry before, and some have worked on The Sims 4 multiplayer mod. But they had researched into this game way before they started the development stage. For me, I like this because it is so easy for a company to lose sight of what their core audience wants. So to have some modders who have interacted with the life sim community as a modder, to me, is more authentic, since they're not afraid to be directly involved with the communities at hand. However, I'm a consumer of games, especially cozy games, and this is just my speculation, especially since I've never worked in the game industry, and I don't know how the dev world works. So again, speculation. I have zero clues as to what goes behind the scenes, like many of you do, because unless we know the devs personally, which many of us don't, let's be real, we don't know what happens. A lot of times, devs, and I will assume some modders, get harassment online, which is never okay, but seeing modders turn into developers is an overall positive in my opinion. All this information I got from the VinaLaMoca website, which I'll link down below so you can look into this information for yourselves and form your own opinions. I am not your mother, and I don't care what you think as long as they're your thoughts that you like to express in regards to this developing game. Personally, I'm excited to see what other games can add to the life simulation genre, because when we think of life sim, it has always been The Sims. Innovation drives the free market, and this will push the question, what should be base game and what should be DLC? My editor believes that a base game should have enough content to stand on its own, whereas DLC should be a bonus. I tend to agree with that statement, but with nuance. Who is the core audience? And if developers want a broader audience, then I would say anything extra. Then I would say they can add anything that could be triggering as DLC, like violent Fs, because that be behind a paywall. Okay, because some young players might not want that. Let's be real. And some people want a more raw and realistic experience. Both are okay. And some might want some real experiences, but add a little fantasy element here and there. Why not? So far, mods are not supported with VinaLaMoca, and it's only on PC. And the game is meant to be co-op. So you plus 7 friends, which for me sucks because none of my real life friends play life sims. So if any of my moods, for some reason, want to be chaotic one day, DM me, because we can make it happen. Again, this game is in very early access, and things will change So don't let the lack of NPCs or residential lots deter you from trying this game out. At least the demo. As a side note, before we start, let's not compare VinaLaMoca to The Sims. Yes, it is easy to compare a game to another, especially if we do not have anything virtually tangible to work with. However, we have early access, and let's dive in. This is only the building portion of the game, and spoiler alert, I did not realize this at first. A major oversight on my part, but the details in this up-and-coming life sim blew my mind, especially when it came to the trees and how the plants move. If you've ever seen any of my speed builds, you will know I am not a builder. I kind of struggle in that department, but I wanted to see what I could do, so I decided to build a modest house on a lighthouse lot. I wanted a house that screams old money, but with a modern, classy, twisty kind of way. Cars and RVs are available in this early access along with accessories for a garage. I did not do that. Well, this lot is a waterfront property, so where would my Viva drive her car? Not the ocean. No fish needs a Ferrari. Like I said, I am not a builder. No virtual person in their right mind would hire me, VinaLaMoca, mayor of Mocha Chinaville, to build their home. Except maybe this one, because once I got the hang of it, it kind of slaps. Like, this low-key reminds me of my grandparents' house, but less bougie. And that's not slight to them. They had their waterfront moment, but now they live in a quiet house in the sticks with their modest cars and wouldn't want to trade it for a dinghy. But when this game releases, it'll be a full-on life simulator, which is exciting. I have loved The Sims for many, many years. Pals, your virtual girl has done some virtual destruction when it comes to homes and families in one franchise, and now we'll have the ability to test the limits and others. Positives of the games are the detail. From the paneling of the walls to the movement of the world. I like the curved walls, but I kind of don't like that I can't put a window or a shelf on the curved wall. I also had snapping on and a not thing to try it without the snap. Building in this game is more frame, so if I'm wrong and it's user error, oops on my part. But am I crazy? I think it should just work with the snap on as well. Again, I know this game is in super early access, and I don't want to say too many negative things, but I also want to keep this first impression real. You can also turn on and off the grid while building. I like the grid for when I was trying to figure out the floor plan, but the grid did get in my way when I was placing plants and trees outside, so having the option to toggle on and off the grid was helpful. The bookcases all come naked. This isn't a negative thing, because dressing up your own bookcase is pretty fun, but I do wish they gave you the option to have a fully dressed bookcase or a half-dressed one, so it's not always reliant on the player to dress them. Okay, should I say shelve the bookcase instead? I don't know. And when I saw the bookcase, I thought it's naked. So excuse me if this is kind of too tongue-in-cheek, but I didn't know how else to put it. And I say this is a player who is into more creating characters and their stories, but because I don't always want to spend a few minutes dressing up a bookcase. Let's be real. It is clear that I had no clue on the promotions for this house because I am not a builder. I also had no idea where to put the radiators. I never lived in a house that didn't have a furnace or central heating, so I just put the radiator in the kitchen because no one wants to cook eggs and drink their coffee while cold, in the bedroom because no one wants to sleep in the cold, and in the bathroom because no one wants their bare booty cheeks to be turned into icicles. When it came to doing the bathroom, I had a hard time deciding on what window to use. In the current house that I live in and the previous one I lived in, all the windows on the house were the same all around, so it kind of felt silly to me to put a teeny tiny window for the bathroom. So I went with the huge window to keep it cohesive, and I was thinking a curtain would be my saving grace. Absolutely not. My Vivas are gonna bear it all to the sailors, my dudes. I'm so sorry. I tried. To me, this is the only way it wouldn't look completely out of place and awkward, and I haven't seen many houses with different kinds of windows, so again, I'm going to base on my own life experiences, so I probably might be wrong, but my build, my rules. Also, if I knew the laundry came with this game, or the fact the laundry is supposed to go in the bathroom according to the bathroom category, I would have made the bathroom much bigger. Oops, my bad. I've seen homes I have done this from trailers to some apartments, but it never dawned on me to put the laundry in the bathroom. But it does make sense when you think about it. I guess because I've always been a visitor and not an active participant in these kind of households. I know this is also common in other countries as well, so don't come for me for being ignorant. I wasn't expecting it in a demo. So, not only will my future Viva be buried all to the world, she also might be filthy. Thinking about adding a shed just for laundry purposes? Because at this time and point, why not? I like how it is rather easy to resize items like paintings, but I did find it odd that some pictures came pretty small without any adjustments, and I couldn't get them to my desired size. The color wheel is brilliant, and I love how when we get something in the color we want, we can duplicate the object. But I really do hope they bring hex codes by the time this game is fully released. For me, and probably a lot of you using hex codes, it might make it easier to match objects than just eyeballing it or duplicating it. I'm a VTuber, and because of that, in the art I get commissioned, I have some of my favorite hex codes written down. And I would just love to have my girls' accurate colors all over a house. I like having freedom when it comes to decorating. So we can change the color of the furniture, but I couldn't figure out how to change the color of windows or doors. This is probably a user error on my end, but I couldn't figure this out. If I could have figured out how to change the color of the windows and doors, the kitchen would not have a door. It would have a lighter archway, but user error on my part, most likely. And it would have been more of a golden wood color or rich mahogany. I did my best to test out what I could do in this demo. I could also see more textures being added to the game. For me, what they had was impressive, but for more experienced builders, they probably would like more variety. Again, early access, very early access. The color in this game kind of blew my mind. Salt and sugar jars, salt and pepper grinders, a wine bottle, goodness. But at the same time, it felt like clutter for other rooms was lacking. Some people might like a pile of clothes on the floor, but I like more girly pop style clutter. More will probably be added, but they also had a charging cable as a clutter, which, was kind of brilliant. Quick side note, how is a game that's going to have a charging cable as clutter but not a modern radio? It's multiple different eras coming together, which can make it difficult to cultivate a cohesive dwelling, but it can also be good for intergenerational storytelling. I'm probably thinking about this too deeply, though. Most of the decor was modern, which isn't bad, but it made me change my aesthetic from old money to old money with a modern twisty twist. This house was way too big in some areas and not big enough in others. I don't know how to size properly. It made decorating in the common area a bit of a challenge. Again, my bad. I was all like, how do I make this not weird or awkward? Crickets came to my mind, but I did the best I could. I just don't like putting objects directly in front of windows. To me, that's just weird. And I think about, the sun bleaching like leather, damaging things. Again, I know it's a game, but I like to add some realism into my mind. Because who doesn't play these games and think, this is how I'd like to decorate a future house one day? Because I feel like a lot of us play these games like, this is how I'd like my dream house to look. Or maybe this style, maybe that style. Because I can't be the only one. And there wasn't many curtains or blinds. There were some curtains, again, early access. I keep saying that. But, I have to keep reminding myself, what they have in this game is impressive, so I can't wait until it fully releases. I really can't. I'm excited. But I also noticed a lot of rugs were ruffled. Like, why? A few, like, that can be cute, but a majority, it's not that, I felt like a majority of them were ruffled. Some of us want that unattainable clean girl aesthetic and fulfill our rich fantasies with our sad beige bedrooms. As first impressions go, I am taken back by this demo. I am not a builder, and I had minimal obstacles creating this house. I actually like this house a lot. I want to keep this house if possible. If I had to build it again, I'd just make a few minor adjustments in concerns to sizing. Overall, this is a promising demo, and I cannot wait to see what happens when you get our Vivas, when they come to life. I want to see the live action of the people living their lives, interacting with each other now. I want to be the villain, and I also want to be the hero, and I want to be like the magic elf in the story as well, and I hope we can get that one day. But I'm probably getting way ahead of myself. So what do y'all think about VinaLand so far? Because for me, this is a breath of fresh air. As of right now, the whole co-op thing is not for me. I'm pretty much an introvert, and all my friends don't play cozy games like I do. And for me, cozy and multiplayer don't go hand in hand, but maybe one day we could. Again, sorry for the no voice acting or little voice acting, because I kind of want to got carried away in some areas. That's just my personality. Side note, I got into voice acting because I used to get bullied a lot for my natural voice when I was in high school, and talking like I normally do in my videos got people not to hate me in real life. It's also my customer service voice for when I was bartending and serving. Fun fact, probably didn't need to know. I don't care, it's out there in the world now. Until next time, be well and cozy on, gamers!